Hello everyone and welcome back to another Star Wars figure review. Next up for you today we're going to be taking a look at another figure from the Vintage Collection Wave 5, and once again this character is from Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope. This is probably one of the figures from this wave that I was most excited to get, because I don't have a definitive version of this character yet, and it is this guy here, Luke Skywalker, although in this instance he is in his Death Star escape attire. As you can see, he's got the Stormtrooper belt, and he also has the grappling hook as well. Very nice figure there, definitely one that I recommend picking up if you can find him, and I'll get onto the reasons why in just a moment. First up, we're going to take a look at the packaging that this guy comes in. This is a figure that I'd have loved to have keep carded, but you know, the price of the entire case sent me back a little bit. So I couldn't pick up a duplicate, I couldn't afford it, but if I find this one at a later date, I may pick him up to keep carded. Once again, I love the retro feel of this card, especially considering it's got the generic Star Wars logo at the top, and the image is very 1970s. Very, very cool. On the back of the packaging, once again, as opposed to a first time release card back image, you've got a picture of Luke and Leia from the Death Star chasm scene in A New Hope. And of course you've got the description at the side there, and the rest of the wave pictured on the bottom. So very cool figure, and very nice packaging as well. This particular figure actually marks the first time that Hasbro released a Death Star escape version of Luke Skywalker since 2000. The first Death Star escape Luke that we saw was released as part of a 25th anniversary 2-pack, I believe, and it came with a little display base and a Princess Leia figure. Now you may remember I showed you that particular pack in my Toy Fair haul video back in January, and just for those who are interested and actually wanted to see a review on that set, I'll do a quick comparison for you now. This is the Power of the Jedi Death Star escape Luke Skywalker with the little display base. Basically this guy was just a glorified statue, you know, there was no movement to this figure really, other than that in the arms, the waist and the hips, and he's in that sort of awkward pre-posed movement. So if you're purchasing this particular set in hopes of getting two awesome action figures out of it, then you'll be highly mistaken, because this is just basically a 3 3/4 inch statue, which isn't a bad thing if you just display your figures, but if you want to play with them then it's kind of poo. But there we go anyway, that's for those who wanted to see that. Now on to this particular figure. For the most part, I believe this guy uses parts from the Resurgence of the Jedi Battle Pack Luke Skywalker. I believe the head is slightly different. I'm not sure whether it's been resculpted or just repainted, but it does look a little bit different to the Resurgence Luke. As you can see, the hair's a lot brighter, a lot blonder, which is once again a very nice homage to the original vintage Luke Skywalker figure. And the head sculpt is pretty impressive. Looks a little bit more like Mark Hamill than previous figures have done. As you can see, he's got the Stormtrooper belt sculpted around the waist, and he also has a soft goods tunic as well, which provides for added posability. In terms of accessories, as you can see, he does come with a grappling hook, which is all tied up at the minute. That's how it comes packaged, and I don't really fancy untying it, because I've got a feeling that this one is going to be a very long rope, and I don't fancy having this draping everywhere, so I've just kept it like this for the time being. And as you can see, he's holding the grappling hook element of it there in his hand. He also comes with the comlink that he talks to C-3PO on, and as you can see, that's got a very small peg on it, and you can actually take that out of his hand and attach it to his belt. It's a very small piece though, so it's easy to get lost, but as you can see, it looks very nice attached to the belt there. And as you can see, he also comes with a Imperial E11 blaster rifle, which is slotted in his holster there on his belt. There's no lightsaber with this guy, although he doesn't really need it, because throughout Episode 4 A New Hope we never actually see Luke use his lightsaber, except from obviously in Ben's house. So, in terms of articulation, this is probably the best Luke Skywalker figure. He has a ball jointed neck, ball hinged shoulders and elbows, swivel wrists, a swivel waist, ball hinged hips, so he can do the splits, And once again, the soft goods tunic does add for extra posability. He also has ball hinged knees and ball hinged ankles, so he's a very superb figure. Really impressed with this one, and really glad that I was able to pick it up. Definitely, in my opinion, one of the definitive Episode 4 versions of A New Hope, of a Luke Skywalker figure, sorry. Although if you want just a generic, non-scene specific version of Luke, then I highly recommend you hunt down the Resurgence of the Jedi Battle Pack Luke Skywalker, as that is just a generic Luke that doesn't have the Stormtrooper belt or anything like that. So yeah, fantastic figure. Highly recommend picking this one up if you can find him. And you know, if I was to give this one a rating, it would definitely be a 10. Very cool figure. So there we go. That's Luke Skywalker, Death Star Escape. I hope you've enjoyed this review, and I'll be back with one more figure from this wave next. So stay tuned for that. And until next time, keep collecting, and may the Force be with you.